Inside Out is a beautiful, deep, emotionally driven movie, pun intended, and it just has such fun characters and a plot that, let's face it, we've all experienced sometime in our lives. It also came out when I was 11, and Riley was just so relatable to me. What I mean by all this is, Goofball Island is not a normal island of personality. Hello, I'm Julie from Nostalgia Studios, the show where we talk about your favorite things from your childhood. I mean, although Inside Out only came out a few years ago, you know you would have loved it as a child. Today we're going to be talking about the islands of personalities. Also, keep track of how many times I say island in this video, because I'm thinking it's going to be a lot. To review, islands of personality are aspects of your personality that are represented by, you guessed it, an island. They are formed when a core memory that relates to the personality trait is formed. Riley's islands of personality are Family Island, Honesty Island, Hockey Island, Friendship Island, and Goofball Island. Later in the movie, when the core memories were out of their container thing and the islands were down, each of the islands were destroyed by a situation where someone else was trying to trigger the island, but since there are no core memories available, the island was destroyed. Or so we thought. Looking back on the islands of personalities and how they were destroyed, most of them make sense to where Riley would lose the personality trait. Hockey Island gets destroyed when Riley quits hockey. Friendship Island gets destroyed when she hates her only friend. Honesty Island gets destroyed when she steals her mom's credit card. And Family Island gets destroyed when she runs away from home and doesn't answer her cell phone. These all are destroyed in a way where Riley would lose that personality trait. And then there's Goofball Island. Goofball Island was destroyed when, after arguing with her parents, Riley doesn't feel like laughing along when her dad's being goofy. Now, I consider myself a bit of a goofball, but I'm also human, and there are plenty of times when I don't feel like laughing along to my dad's jokes. That does not mean that the personality trait should be lost from my mind. No. I think there's a different reason that Goofball Island was destroyed. You see what I'm saying, right? That is not how you lose a personality trait. Like, of course you wouldn't be feeling goofy if you're having a bad day. You could still be honest, be a hockey fan, appreciate your family, and be a good friend, even when you're feeling a bit sad. But Goofball Island doesn't work that way. To figure out what makes Goofball Island different from all the other islands of personality, I put the islands into different groups by what they are about and how they are destroyed. First are the hobby islands. These include Hockey Island, and Riley's later islands of personality, Fashion Island, Tragic Vampire Romance Island, and Boy Band Island. These are just things that you like to do or are interested in. Also, there's kind of a group that branches off of the hobby islands, which are the relationship islands. These include Riley's Family Island and Friendship Island. These are relationships that you value, another example being Boyfriend Island. The reason that relationship islands fall under the hobby islands is because they behave in the same way. They're destroyed, as we see in the movie, when the hobby or relationship is either dropped or not valued anymore. The next type of islands are the lifestyle islands. These include Riley's Honesty Island, and it would also include like a Christianity or a Judaism island if you are religious. The reason that these are different than hobby islands is because to have a lifestyle island, you'd have to be upholding that lifestyle 24/7. You can't have an honesty island if you sometimes lie. You can't have an Islam island if you sometimes practice Buddhism. That's why as soon as Riley does a dishonest thing, her honesty island is destroyed. This is different than the hobby islands. For hobby islands, you don't have to only be playing hockey or not listening to any music except for boy bands. But lastly, the most unique type of islands are the emotion islands. The reason Goofball Island are different than all the other islands is because they can only be powered by one emotion: joy. Every other island can be powered by any emotion. Like, you could be happy, sad, angry, disgusted, or scared and still play hockey or still value your friendships, but not for the emotion islands. Another example of a lifestyle island for joy could be a positivity island. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying positivity is a lifestyle. I say no. Just because someone's a positive person doesn't mean they're looking on the bright side 24/7. They would only be doing that when joy is in command. You see, that's the thing about emotion islands. If someone has one, the island is run by the emotion that's in control of their mind most of the time. You see, Riley has a joy emotion island, and most of her memories are yellow, or colored by joy. Some examples of a sadness emotion island are like a sympathy island or a negativity island. And for anger, maybe even like a cursing island or a hot-headedness island, pun intended. For fear, maybe an anxiety island or any specific type of fear, for example, a germaphobe island. And for disgust, maybe like a sass island or a drama queen island. Emotion islands are so easily confusable with lifestyle islands because since the lead emotion is in charge so much of the time, it seems like the island is always being powered. However, that leads us to answering our original question: why was Goofball Island really destroyed? Now you probably see where I'm going with this by now, but the reason that Goofball Island was destroyed was because Joy wasn't in headquarters. You see, the thing about emotion islands is that if the lead emotion is not there, then the island gets really vulnerable. Like, if the emotion isn't in HQ, then there is nothing that can power the island. I'd go so far as to say that even if the core memory is in its container thingy, if the emotion is out of HQ, then the island would get destroyed anyway. Even if you remember a time when you were goofy, if you have no joy in your head, you can't be a goofball. The island can tell that there's no way in the foreseeable future for it to be powered, so the first time it's tested, it gets destroyed. And that is why I think that Goofball Island was destroyed in Inside Out. Now that's all I have for you today, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your family and friends if you like the theory. And also, make sure to comment down below, what do you think your islands of personality are? I'm really interested in seeing what you guys think your islands are. See you guys next time. Bye!